Dawn breaks across the desert. Red blossoms spring up from a freshly dug grave. A busy street thrums with wasted childhoods. Someone doesn't hear the footsteps creeping behind them. A scream rings out, but is drowned out by the noise. This place is dying. And yet, here you are. Welcome to San Arroyo, hunters. We here at Dubious Creatures present to you the vampire with no name, Final Girl. Well, this is going on for no reason whatsoever. While you're driving, Joe, could you go ahead and give me just wits plus awareness or wits plus occult roll?
Well, there's 3 successes, one of which is a 10.
3 successes. All right. Now, as you're driving back into the city proper, you run into a bit of traffic. In of itself, not unusual. Again, it's October. Floyd Fest is happening. There's a lot of out-of-towners, especially in Little Hollywood. Kind of have to take a couple side streets to get where you're going, but it does slow down your journey a little bit. And as you're going through the familiar warren of bustling event venues, clubs, bars, other places that make up the still quite lively entertainment district of San Arroyo, you just look in your rearview mirror and you swear you've seen that same guy on a couple different street corners. Is he following your car?
Joe just keeps eyeing the rearview mirror. Hey, Vincent.
Vincent, who's kind of just been, sulking this entire time. Like, what?
I know you're pissed at me, but can you do me a favor and casually look back and see if you recognize who might be following us right now?
He looks over his shoulder. What do you mean? There's nobody there, Joe.
No, nobody there. You didn't see a car or guy following us behind?
Joe, it's just the usual out-of-towners in for the film festival. Like, geez, paranoid much, lady?
Sorry, my mistake. It must have been my eyes. And I look back in the rearview mirror and I just kind of rub them a little bit. See if I see it still.
You look again, you don't see him, but you swear he was there, and he was maybe 100 feet away from your car.
Do I remember what it looked like? Did I get any description of him?
Yeah, you got a good look at him. He's kind of dusky-skinned, dark shoulder-length hair, wearing leather jacket and some torn jeans. He looked like a lot of the people who tend to frequent this part of town at this time of night, but there was just something about him. Those eyes. You don't know why, but you just knew that he'd locked on to you and your vehicle specifically.
Sorry, yeah, I just might be I might tired with the well, you know how it gets in the fall, get a little tuckered out a little bit earlier, so it's probably just my imagination. Anyway, she makes a mental note of it.
The danger is now at 1.
Well,
speaking of awkward conversations, Patience, I assume you have some kind of plan to meet up with Joe at some point?
Me? Forward thinking? You got the wrong girl.
My mistake.
Look, she called on the phone. I'm gonna wait here. As long as the cake keeps going and I got a pretty lady hostage here in the booth, I'm gonna stay here and wait for my friend because I don't know gobbledygook about federal shit unless it involves the Bureau of Indian Affairs.
That's fair. I just wanted to make sure I knew where everybody was, geographically speaking.
Feet on this table, sir. Feet on the table.
Yeah, how is the conversation between Patience and Maria progressing, by the by?
If Maria's all right with it, it has definitely become a lot more casual, a lot more, I'm not talking to a journalist. There is someone who I think I can definitely get in on my activist spiel. Definitely ranting and maybe just a little bit bragging about how she's thrown bricks, she's run from the cops, she's maybe gotten arrested one time or two. Definitely trying to puff up her little 19-year-old Jess to make herself look cool.
I think Maria is very much comfortable with this becoming more of a casual conversation, though Patience is such a force already that she's not entirely sure how to deal with her yet. And I think we come back into the conversation and she's like, so was that your first arrest, or how old were you?
First one so far, and it was like, it's on my birthday actually, so like it was last year. So anyways, that wasn't my first break-in. It was actually when I met this other lady that I brought into this conversation, whole other thing. You know Joe Carter? Not a forest ranger anymore, but like still kind of does it. Kind of weird if you ask me, but you know what? People have their hobbies, live and let live, and just on and on and on.
That's a good question. Do I know about Joe already?
The only skills that are really applicable here are probably streetwise or potentially occult. So you can give me a resolve plus either of those to see if you recall any information about a Joe Carter, but the difficulty is high.
Then I'm not going to get there. I'm bad at both those rolls. So I'm just going to say no. I don't know a Joe.
Damn right, you're not a journalist. Forgot. University, so like, they got aliens in there or some shit? Is that what they took? Got some Martian rocks?
No, they're not Martian rocks. They're just artifacts from the area that we didn't get a chance to identify yet. It would be very fascinating if they were identifiable as from a people none of us were aware of.
Yeah, cavemen Oyari. Still, is this like some Indiana Jones shit? Like, are you gonna, hat, whip, fly out, figure out where they went? Or is that like not university allowed? Is that why they fired you?
No. Well, I was fired in part because I took them to task on their literal whitewashing of San Arroyo history. And I was winning too, and then some stuff happened.
Stuff, huh? And I imagine at this point, Patience has ordered a milkshake, and she's just going to pull it towards her and sip while raising her eyebrows.
I think Maria is very conspicuously looking off to the side out the window whilst also sipping a coffee.
Of course. The awkward silence.
Which Maria does not fill with an answer. Unless pushed.
That silence is going to be filled with the sound of Patience finishing her milkshake. Looking around the diner before leaning in and said, "What, you fuck one of the other professors or something? Or like not fuck them?"
Coffee nearly comes out her nose and she puts it down and starts coughing. No, not as such. It was different things of a personal nature that really should not affect my job at all, but you would think of that by how they acted.
Oh, hey, Storyteller. Can I roll
Yes.
insight with a bonus die for gay shit.
Are you rolling for gaydar?
I'm rolling for gaydar, yes.
Okay,
Can I fail an opposed roll here?
that is entirely your decision.
I would like to fail the opposed roll.
Okay, then, give me wits plus insight. The difficulty is 1.
2 successes.
Based on your cunning deductive reasoning, Patience, you believe that this woman, Maria Winters, may in fact be what they refer to as a gay, lesbian, homosexual.
I was getting that vibe from the way she lined her lipstick, but you never assume, you always ask first. I think seeing Maria squirm under her gaze, Patience's smile just can get wide. I don't know if you've ever been around the boycott bar, but you'd get real lucky there now that you're not on tenure or whatever. You're more of a ginger's girl, huh? You like, a fancy drink, a martini. I can't drink yet, but I'd buy you something. Just saying.
I think Maria slumps a little bit, holds her coffee back up, and says, "Yeah, I'm more of a ginger's girl, yes." And then she takes a sip.
Pulling away from this impromptu interrogation, Joe, you finally reach the Lucky Lotus.
I pull up and stop the car out front, and I look over at Vincent, and I say,
Vincent is crossing himself, like he's just mentally preparing for the ass reaming he's about to receive.
"What are you going to tell her you did?"
I don't know, just... Fuck, man, I don't want to... Why does it matter who I hang out with all the damn time? It's not like she gives a shit. It's always like, show up to sweep the floors.
She's your mama. You gotta treat her right. So, well, sometimes treating your mama right is fudging the truth a little bit.
You get along with your mom?
I did. When my brother was still alive, yeah, I did.
Oh, shit, Trinity, right. Oh, fuck, I left her in the lurch.
You sure did. I think you owe her an apology as well.
Yeah. He gets out of the car, and Trinity, you're probably on like cigarette number... Let's face it, you probably finished the pack by the time you hear a knock on the door.
She was looking down at her ledger of a total of 0 numbers filled in so far. And as soon as she hears that knock, she gets up, speed walks to the door, peeks through the blind, see it's him, opens it, and immediately yells, "Where the fuck were you?"
Hey, Trin, nice to see you too.
No, I don't want any of this. Where the fuck were you? Mom is... She's worried out of her goddamn mind.
It's fine. All right, like this nice shotgun-toting lady escorted me back home.
Y'all have a good night now.
Wait, hold on, sorry. And she fully pulls Vincent inside, steps in front of him so he can't leave. I'm sorry, who are you?
Oh, I'm Joe Carter. I live on the edge of town.
Oh, yeah, I think one of my friends told me about you. Thank you for dropping off my stupid brother. What was he up to exactly?
Yeah, what were you up to, Vincent? I couldn't quite tell.
We were just...
And Joe kind of gives him like a look of, you better talk your way out of this.
I was just out with some friends, okay? Like, it's not a big deal.
Was it your stupid guy friends again? Were you off recording another goddamn film?
They're not stupid. They're, like, artists.
No, they are stupid, because who the hell takes a 17-year-old to abandoned places to film stuff? I'm worried about you. I was worried sick about you. Mom was ready to call the cops, okay? And then we would have had to deal with that. So
Your mom's always one bad day away from having a conniption
okay,
fit.
stop it, okay? Seriously, go do payroll, please. Okay, just go start on that. I will get us dinner in a second.
All right. Jesus. He
Joe.
goes inside.
Yep.
Joe, I think, sorry, we got off on the wrong foot. I think we actually have a friend in common. Patience.
Some friend, eh?
More like a smoke buddy. She dropped by in the back one day. I think she was running from cops, but shared a cig with her. I know you have sort of a reputation for being the in quotation marks witch of the woods. I don't know if you believe in the kind of stuff I do, but I've been getting very bad vibes, bad readings from I do fortune telling, and I just need someone else to confirm with me if things aren't all right, because there's something in the air, I swear.
Fortune telling, huh? Like a palm reading or tea leaves or?
I've done palm reading, but I'm a tarot girl. Come inside here. I'll show you. And she opens the door fully for you to come in.
Yeah. Do you mind if I bring my pup in? He gets a little anxious when he's not by my side.
Oh, sure. Yeah, please.
Right. Hawks, behave yourself.
Hux jumps down and, well, what exactly does the interior of the Lucky Lotus look like, Trinity?
So the Lucky Lotus itself is your typical 80s nail salon, as in it is like baby pink, both a combination of real and plastic plants scattered everywhere. There's a fan right now that is turned all the way up in terms of speed. It looks relatively new, like it was built and made in the last few years. All very marble and linoleum at the moment, but she's leading you towards a back closet with the door that's slightly open, and inside she's strung up like beads that you would walk through to get inside. And when she leads you in, it is literally a broom closet with a table and like 2 chairs in it, and she has a jade statue of like a dragon and like a bunch of hokey like fortune telling stuff on the walls just to draw customers in. That's about it.
You can, well, okay. Did you reshuffle the deck since your last reading, or are those 3 cards still on the table?
I think she was so surprised she has not touched them. They're still sitting there, along with the literal wad of cash that was dropped on me.
Okay, then yeah, Joe, you clearly see this spread of, again, very old, weathered looking tarot cards, like well used. Not the typical sort of assortment you see in these sort of little pop-up fortune telling shops. It looks like perhaps the most genuine thing in here.
I don't know much about tarot, so maybe you could explain to me.
I cannot disclose my client. Ever since the earthquake, I have had the same reading. Every time I have pulled my typical 3 cards, except for tonight. Before it was, I kept pulling, and she's like kind of rattling her head right now. I kept pulling the Lovers, the Hanged Man, and the Devil. But tonight, as you can see, I pulled the Devil, Judgment, and the Towers. And I'm not sure if you're versed on tarot, but that's not exactly great.
Well, just judging by the imagery alone, I'd say that's pretty bleak. odd that you should be drawing all the same cards. And there, it looks like it's a deck stack more than a regular one. So,
I mean, I took a statistics class like a year ago, and I drew that same set of 3 probably 15 or 16 times. That is a statistical improbability that shouldn't happen, and yet it did. And so I don't know why tonight is different.
do you know anything about astrology? Do you know anything about the stars? Maybe there's something going on.
I mean, she's like, she has a few books on the wall. She's like pulling a few right now, just on like, she does pull one on astrology. She's kind of rifling through it, but she's like, I don't know anything distinct. But it all started happening after that earthquake. Patience told me you used to work for the Park Service, that you're more of an outdoorsy girl. And do you know what's up with that?
Earthquakes are quite unsettling for us and for the wildlife too. It's not like a forest fire, where it's a regenerative process. Droughts are pretty typical in this area, but an earthquake, I know we're on the fault line, but it's still disruptive. It's that tectonic shift can throw off polarities. It can cause strange things to magnetize and demagnetize. It sends bucks into rutting season early. There's weird things that can happen. I don't know, based on your cards. And she picks up the tower and looks at it and says, maybe we open some sort of cosmic rift or something. Maybe something's happening. She tries to make a joke out of it, but there's a little bit of fear in her voice.
That, it's a little reassuring. Just a little bit.
Like, literally, you're cut off mid-sentence because Hawks is barking.
Hawks, what's going on?
Hawks is back out at the main door where the curtains have still been drawn. He's at the door, a fur on his back is standing up, and he is barking.
What has gotten into you, son?
I think
You don't know, but whatever is on the other side of that door, he does not like it, not one bit.
I think Trinh literally marches towards the door, and she grabs like a nail file or something that's been left out, and she yells, "We are closed. Just because the lights are on does not mean we are open. Please leave."
Vinny. I know you're in there, Vinny.
She peeks through the blinds.
There's a good 5 or 6 people outside your door.
Are they his punk friends, or?
Some of them look like his punk friends, but there's something off about them. It's hard to tell, especially since the lights, at least at the main part of the store, are off, and the only real illumination comes from the street lights further out in the parking lot, so they're backlit. But the guy specifically rapping on the front door, tall guy, mohawk, he looks dirty, unkempt, like he went rolling around in a dust bath before coming here. Come on, Vinny, don't be a little bitch.
I think that Joe's eyes dart to Vincent and back to Trinh, and I put a finger to my mouth and I just say, do not respond to them.
Vincent has come out of the back office, as obviously he too heard the dog barking. Wait, Thermo, is that you, man?
I think Trinh, kind of backwards, speed shuffles to him and kind of grabs him by the shoulders and puts a finger up to his mouth and just kind of whispers into his ear, "Those are not your friends. I have seen your friends. Those are not your friends."
What are you talking about, Vinny?
The of you shut up now. Turn out the lights.
Trinh goes over and just shuts off the lights.
You see through the curtains, silhouettes, figures, 5, maybe 6 of them. You can tell pretty obviously the silhouette of Thermo thanks to the mohawk, and he's stalking outside. That's the only way to put it. Pacing back and forth. You got other ones in there with you, don't you? Come on. You just want to talk. Don't make us huff and puff and blow your house down.
Jo puts a hand up to her cheek where she's got this big kind of crescent scar that goes down from under her eye down towards her jaw. And she just kind of runs a finger along. It's almost itchy. And she turns to look at Vincent and Trinh. And in a very low whisper, she says, "That ain't a human."
Hear somewhere behind you, rattling, sound of a door lock being tested. The back door. Are they in the back of the shop too?
Trinh, go lock that door.
I'm gonna count to 3, Vinny. 1, 2.
Trinh goes for the phone and is gonna dial 911.
That's when several things happen at once. There's a shattering of glass as the door to the front of the Lucky Lotus flies open. At the same time, you hear something trying to ram its way through the back. Trinity dives for the phone. Jo, what are you doing?
I guess this would be a question for Trinh. There's probably like several tables set up that are like stations for getting your nails done, right?
Yeah, probably near the front.
Jo would then dive on one of those and just like push it and slam it up against the wall and try and get as much to barricade the door on the front as possible, and like whip around and look to Vincent and tell him to do the same to bar that back door.
Okay. In that case, Jo, please give me a strength or stamina plus athletics. And you are a martial hunter, so you can add desperation to this pool if you so choose.
I think I'm going to go ahead and take it then. Just get 6 flat to roll here.
All right.
That is 5 successes.
5 successes. All right. With 5 successes, you, thinking quickly, grab one of these tables and just ram it, kind of almost using it as an improvised battering ram as you see something that might have once been called Thermo charge through the breach, only for you to essentially knock him back through the door he just came in through and essentially plug the gap. Even as you try to force him out, one of his arms still sticks through and is clawing at you from the other side, as from your vantage point, you see spider webs beginning to form in the glass windows to either side of the door as his friends, one way or another, are trying to come in.
Question to the storyteller.
Yes, absolutely.
I have an edge called Arsenal, where I have access to or can jerry-rig a wide variety of weapons not usually available to the public. Would that perhaps apply to carrying some sort of something that might fend off a nasty-looking critter like this?
We can make an edge test and see if you happen to have that on your person currently.
Sure.
You can give me a roll of either intelligence plus craft or manipulation plus streetwise. It's up to you.
is pretty successful, I would say.
Yes, that is a critical 5 successes. So I would say not only do you have something on hand that would be intimately useful in this scenario, but you, rather than it being in your car, you have it on hand right now at this very second. So what exactly is that thing, do you imagine?
Well, I think this would also be a little bit of an exchange with you here, dear storyteller, of would Joe know what kind, like presumably she's got some sort of back pocket thing she keeps where she can fend off certain types of critters that she doesn't take too kindly to. So in her Rolodex of odd little things that she keeps on her person, would she know exactly the right one to pull out?
That being said, Joe's been around the block. She's seen some things that other members of the Park Service definitely haven't, and I think in this situation, you know that when dealing with most creepy crawlies, the general rule is that fire bad.
Excellent. So I think that she probably pulls out a gun that perhaps looks a little bit similar to that cross gun that John Constantine has in the film.
Like one of those one-shot grenade launchers, which are definitely not street legal.
It's definitely not street legal, and you think that it might be a one-shot grenade launcher, but it's actually just like full-blown dragon's breath, and it just unleashes like a flamethrower.
Oh, it's there's actually a name for what that is. So, a fun little bit of history here. There was once upon a time during World War II a prototype weapon known as the Han Flampatron, or Hafla. It's virtually non-existent in the modern day, but it's not particularly difficult for a skilled artisan to make a replica of this one-shot weapon. It's about the size of a large flashlight, and it shoots a projectile that detonates in a large cloud of fiercely burning material.
I think she got it as a gift from Slim.
Slim seems like the sort of person who would have an antique World War II era prototype anti-personnel weapon just lying on hand.
I mean, just part of his collection, really.
Yeah. So, you have it. You also know that if you fire it in a confined space like this, you'll probably charbroil everyone.
I think that Joe would probably, because we've got like a claw coming in and swiping at us, I think that she'd probably aim it outside to get it out of the range. Wouldn't fire it in the building. That's like casting fireball on your whole damn party.
Okay. In that case, go ahead and give me a dexterity plus firearms roll.
That sounds great to me.
I will say though, if you fail this roll, like a total failure on this roll could result in some major consequences.
Well, here we go. That is 3 successes.
3 successes. You satisfied with 3 successes, or do you want to burn willpower?
I think I'm going to burn a willpower so I don't kill us all.
Fair enough.
4 successes.
4 successes. Okay, so what happens is this, Trinity. The door explodes open. You see Joe grab one of the side tables, ram it into the gap, even as this thing's clawed hand is trying to grab her from the other side, just barely holding her back. You see other silhouetted shapes beginning to slam themselves against the glass, which rapidly begins to crack ominously. And then you see from underneath her flannel, Joe takes out a curious looking device. It's a long plastic cylinder with a trigger guard at one end. Sticks it directly underneath the table she's using as an improvised shield and fires. And there's a soft thump And then suddenly, a whoosh. A crackle as outside. Suddenly, there's a blinding white light that filters through the windows of the Lucky Lotus, and a rush of heat and screaming. Not human screaming, something else, something more feral. As you now see outside through the shattered glass, flaming silhouettes screaming and flailing just outside on the blacktop. You pull away, Joe, kind of dropping the tray table that now the top is just thoroughly coated in scorch marks, and as you do, the offending arm that was clawing at you drops to the floor next to you as its initial recipient is now just this carbonized shell standing in the what was once the front door that quickly begins to just depreciate away into ash. But as you do all that, the back door gives way, and you hear Vincent scream.
Vincent?
Oh, God.
Vincent!
Trinh is she was initially gonna pick up the phone to call the cops, and she drops it and fucking, runs for her brother.
Yeah. You hear Vincent, Trinh! Trinh! As he's being dragged, positively manhandled. Joe, that's the man you saw following you in the rearview mirror. He's got Trinity's brother almost in a headlock and is frog marching him out back, out to where there's this old beat-up panel van.
Joe would be running after and not taking aim at him, but taking aim at the tires.
Are you going to try and shoot at the tires on this thing? Okay.
Mm-hmm.
You can also, as part of your other edge, your
Oh, right.
Beast Whisperer edge, you can sick hawks on somebody if you so desire.
I think in that case, she would run out, assess what's happening, seeing Vincent in a headlock and seeing the van, and she aims to level a shot, but she doesn't trust it, and she lets out this shrill whistle, and you just see Hawks like a blur of Brindle come hauling ass and leaping off the pavement and aiming for a bite on this guy's neck.
Okay, I'm gonna make a roll for Hawks.
Can I assist in this? All I've got is a dinky little nail file, but I'm gonna fucking jump on his ass.
You're gonna try and okay. I will allow you to help Hawks with this maneuver.
Okay.
All right, so I'm gonna roll Hawks's stats here in the main dice channel. So he has an extra die for bite attack and the extra die from. So that is 7 dice total. Not great. Okay, so here's what happens. Hawks leaps, and almost contemptuously, this stranger rears up and backhands your dog out of the air.
You son of a bitch.
Hey. He has Vincent in front of him, and this man has claws. Long, dark talons that have erupted out of his nail beds, and he holds Vincent in front of him almost like the same way you'd hold a kitten by the scruff of their neck with one clawed hand grasped around their throat.
Put him down, asshole.
Let him go, please. If you need money, I can get you money. Please, just let him go.
His eyes, there's something wrong with his eyes. They reflect the light in a way that human eyes aren't supposed to. You can see he has a scar on one cheek, and He's grinning at you with eye teeth that are a bit too long to be natural.
What the fuck?
You are making tonight interesting.
I'll make it real interesting when I deep fry your ass. Put him down.
I know you. I've seen you poking around.
I said, put him down.
Oh, I get it. He pulls Vincent in close. Sorry, kiddo. Looks like you're not the belle of the ball. It was you, wasn't it? You're the one that's been touched.
The hell are you talking about?
Okay, ladies. How about I make this real simple? You can either track me down, or... And he plunges one of his clawed hands into Vincent's gut. You can save him. And he rips. He's retreating back towards the awaiting panel van, and your brother is clutching a series of ragged wounds in his stomach and just falling to his knees, white-faced.
I jump and grab my brother immediately. I don't care about the other guy.
As Trinh is doing that, I stand next to them, kind of blocking this guy from them, and try and level a shot at the tires.
Yeah. There's clearly clearly this is a getaway vehicle, like you can hear the engine running, so clearly they were waiting for this other guy, and possibly his compatriots, though they're extra crispy now, so probably not, to speed off, so...
I think Jo holds up her gun and sees that it's just a useless shot and kind of drops it and then turns her attention to Vincent.
Yeah, you see the panel door slides open, this guy gets in, and it immediately peels off. Vincent, meanwhile, is on the ground, and you can see blood beginning to pool on the sidewalk.
Get him inside now. Get him inside. Where is the man?
Nope. Trinh, we shouldn't move him.
I need to get my med kit. Keep an eye on him. Please give me 1 second. And she's going to run inside to grab the med kit that's probably in the back room, and is gonna duck outside again.
Yeah, there's a first aid kit.
Jo's
right.
putting pressure on the wounds.
Yeah. Let's see. Do you have any?
I have 3 dots in medicine. Trinh is a nursing student, and she has experience with triaging. So
You do
now's the time.
indeed. And my question is whether or not Jo can keep him from going into shock before you get the medical supplies. Now, Jo, you do have a dot in medicine.
I do. I feel like she just has a sense of field dressing or field triage.
Yeah, give me either intelligence or resolve plus medicine.
That's 2 successes.
All right. This is bad. And you're trying your best, but you don't really know what that was or how much internal damage there is. So all you're really doing is just putting pressure on the wound and hoping. Trinh, you return with the first aid kit. Intelligence or resolve plus medicine, but the base difficulty is 5. By the way, the desperation is at 2.
I have a lovely 7 dice to my disposal. We're just gonna pray that I get 5 of those, or at least a crit. I crit on a set. I crit for 7.
Looks like all those night classes came in handy. Long story short, you managed to stop the bleeding. He's still probably going to need a hospital, but he's not going to die here.
We can put him in my truck.
Okay, yes. I know the nearby hospital. I know the head nurse there. She can get him up immediately. She is like fully like grabbed him. She's not the strongest woman, but it's probably adrenaline at this point where she is like fully put him like on her shoulder and is just like hauling him to the car.
Joe's helping out as best she can, getting there quick, throwing open the door.
Yeah, between the two of you, you managed to get him back at, well, what used to be the door. But, Joe, you're looking around and there's nothing here. Like, there was at least a good 4 or 5 of these things outside, but now there's just scorch marks and ash.
Jesus Christ. And she lets out another shrill whistle to get Hawks back.
Yeah, Hawks is on. He's a little winded from getting backhanded, but otherwise he's fine. He's at your side as always.
Hop in, boy. Let's go.
Meanwhile, back at the diner. So I think it's one of those situations where where two perfect strangers have hit it off in an unexpected way, and you didn't realize like how much time had passed. Like you check the clock mounted up on the wall of the diner, and you realize it's almost 10 at night.
Oh, wow. I didn't think we spent that much time not interviewing.
Huh? Oh, shit, man. What the hell happened with Joe? I'm sorry, ma'am. Tell you what. Meet up here tomorrow, maybe, actually, no, not here. How about I take you to Ginger's tomorrow? We have another interview there. I'll drag Joe along, make her apologize, buy us a drink. Well, you a drink. I'm not breaking that law just yet.
Is this one actually an interview or a trip to Ginger's?
A little bit of both, Mason, you know.
Maria seems to have complicated feelings about that, but then says, oh, what the hell, I haven't been out of my house for a week, and this was fun, I suppose. Tomorrow, then.
Tomorrow. You need me to call you a taxi or anything? I might as well call Joe. I've got a few quarters on me, and she'll dig around in her pockets. We're producing the jingling change.
I have my truck, thank you.
Just as you're seeing about maybe finding either borrowing the phone by the bar, maybe finding a payphone, that same phone behind the countertop rings again, and you hear Christine go, Three Flags Diner. Of course. Patience!
Well, speak of the devil and she will appear. Just a moment, sweetness. She'll get up, pick up the phone. Where the hell you been, Loca?
Patience?
Shit, Trinh, what's going on?
You need to get to the hospital right now. Get to the hospital right now. Please, it's an emergency. Joe is here. She took me here. Something bad has really happened.
Oh, shit. Okay, give me a sec. I'll be right there. Hangs up the phone immediately. So, Miss Winters, can I bum a ride off you?
Sure. Where to?
Hospital. I don't know which one. Probably the closest one nearby. Let's go. Like now. It's an emergency.
Oh, all right. She'll rush outside. I think she has like a Chevy or something with a like camper back on the back of it that is clearly full to the brim with various tools, but at the same time is extremely clean despite there being mud on the wheels.
So you point Maria in the direction of Sacred Mercy General Hospital.
What's going on? A family get taken in or something?
I'm like, no. My friend Trinh said there was an issue. I don't know what it is. If I had to guess, maybe something with her brother, I don't know, getting tetanus or some shit. He's running around being a artist. God damn, this late at night, too.
Is this the friend that was supposed to show up tonight, or?
Different friend. Although I might like her, actually. She does, I mean, aside from rolling a mean blunt, she does these tarot readings. Scary shit, but kind of cool.
Sure. That's one way to put it.
God damn, is traffic ever gonna hurry up? Come on! And Patience is gonna lean over and hit the horn for Maria.
Yeah. Again, traffic, especially because you're heading towards downtown, not great, but eventually you do make it to the admittance at Sacred Mercy, where you can see how do Joe and Trinity both look in this moment in time?
I think Trinh, who has done her rounds before as a student nurse, has, just to mentally not break down, has kind of entered nurse mode and is like, she's not like taking over anything, but like whoever is treating him, she is like being very specific with like, he needs this, he needs that, he needs this, he needs that, and is kind of like just trying to find any form of control at the moment.
And I think that Joe looks slightly kind of dusty, maybe covered in a little bit of ash. And she's just out front of the hospital smoking a cigarette. And she's got Hawks right there. She's got an arm crossed across her chest, just staring in the middle distance.
Patience is dragging Maria, and she looks like a tornado and a half wrapped up in a leather jacket. Just sees Trinh. Eye contact. He okay? What happened? What's going on?
Yeah, Trinh, like hearing your voice, takes a breather. She knows the nurse is here. They've got it, and walks over. She has wrapped her cardigan around herself. You now, as she steps closer, there is a wisp of like ash, just across her face, like a little bit. There was. She kind of grabs you by the shoulders and kind of leans into, I don't know what they were, but they were not his friends. They used to be his friends, and they fucking attacked us. And one of them got him really good. I think he probably has to get into the ICU now, but he's... Fuck.
Hey, deep breaths. Come on. Sit down. Jesus, you look like you're about to fall over. Is it like some crip shit? Don't tell me he's been gangbanging.
No. It's not that. I think it's some of the people that he usually rolls around with, when they go filming and stuff. But it wasn't them. It was them, but it wasn't them. It was like they got fucking possessed or something, and it's. Next thing you know, they're banging at the fucking door of the salon, and one of... I'm sorry.
Hearing possessed. Patience is just going to turn her head, crane over her neck, just look directly at Joe. Just mouth the word. Ghouls?
Joe takes a long drag off her cigarette, stubs it out, looks back up at Patience and goes, and mouths, vamps.
Hey, babe, Trinh. Want me to get you something from the vending machine? You want a Coke? You want a... It's okay. He's gonna be okay.
No, I'm okay. I'm worried about him right now. I'm really worried, and I still need to call. Oh fuck, my mom. She doesn't even know. She's gonna kill me. Oh my god, she's gonna kill him. And the shop. She's like full blown, like in panic mode at the moment. Now that she's like not like actively trying to take care of him.
I think in this vulnerable moment, she has backed off just a bit because she doesn't know these people and probably ends up by Joe. And I think while Patience is taking care of Trinh, she leans over and says, so are vamps like a gang thing, or?
best not to talk about it in public. When we get out of here, make sure that your brother's stabilized. I'd like for you and Patience and we'll just make our way back to mine.
Miss Spung? You hear a voice. Trinity.
Yes. Who is it?
What is the name of your nurse contact?
Georgia. A nice middle-aged white woman who is probably the head nurse around here, or at least trains me.
Yeah, so Georgia comes over to you. Okay, so he's in surgery.
How's it looking? Is he going to be okay? Do we know anything?
It's touch and go. The lacerations nicked an artery in his side.
Okay.
But I have to say, if someone hadn't done their best to suture him up beforehand, he'd probably be in a lot worse shape than he is right now.
That's good. It's been a very long night. Thank you so much. I'm glad you're looking after him at least.
Of course. Do you want me to call your mother?
Let me do it. I need to tell her. I should let her know. But yeah. Thank you so much.
Okay. I'll stay by your phone. I'll keep you updated. But in the meantime, the best thing you can do right now is go home and get some rest.
Okay. Thank you again.
Gives EG like a little curt nod, and then she heads back into the still very much bustling hospital.
I don't even know what I'm gonna tell my mom. I don't even know what do we tell the cops? Because the cops are gonna get involved, and she's looking at Joe as she's saying this.
Firstly, you're not going to tell the fucking cops because they're going to make it worse. Probably in their pockets, if anything.
Patience. They're
All right.
mandated reporters. If he got attacked, they got to say something about it.
Whatever.
Listen. Did your mom see Vincent on the way in? Did he talk to her at all, or was it just the two of you?
She went home. I told her to go home and get some rest. I feel...
Wait. Okay, so it was just you two, so your mama wasn't there after all?
No.
Okay, so here's what we're going to do. We're going to tell the police that your brother Vincent was out with these strange, weird scuzz punks from the city, and there was a coyote attack, and his buddies they were trying to help him out, but they didn't know what to do, so they dragged him back to the shop and dropped him in the back lot, and they took off, and he had this big old wound in his belly. So that's what we're going to say, right?
But what? Yes. What about the fire? What about that?
Ain't no, never mind. We can, let's just hope that the wind takes care of that. Maybe the Santa Annals will kick up a little bit.
Okay.
Maybe then the scuzzpunks were like real scuzzpunks, and they busted the shop window and they lit a fire outside. Maybe they were pretending to be Vincent's friend, but it was all just a ploy to... God. I don't really know.
Yeah. Just say it's some Halloween Satanist shit. Like they're gonna sacrifice a black cat and Vincent backed out or whatever.
I think she's also noticing that there's a third person has entered with Maria, and she's very like, oh, I think I saw you on the news, and like in this moment of like she is coping very hard right now and like trying to keep herself sane. You fully see she like teary-eyed looks at you and her eyes squint and she like cocks her head like, what, am I hallucinating? And she's like, are you... Why is Maria Winters here?
I think Maria had, just to be nice and clicking into caring mode, had followed Patience's suggestion and acquired an assortment of snacks from the vending machine for everyone. And it came back to the conversation a while ago, holding them, and has just been listening to all of you concoct some sort of story.
Which is not great for you because you're already a person of interest.
Yeah, so I think she's been growing increasingly worried and says, Patience asked for an interview with me?
Okay. Okay. I'm gonna
Give her
go
a ride over. I hope whoever it is all right. I got you all snacks.
Thank you so much. It's my brother. It's okay. I know all the doctors and surgeons here. They're good people. Okay, I need a minute, and then I'm going to go call my mom, and she's probably gonna raise hell, but that's fine. But you guys might need to get out of here. I don't know.
Well, we can meet back at my place.
Okay.
Do you know the address? It's the RV on the edge of the park.
Okay, I think I've been there a few times. I think I've seen it. I can hitch a ride there. It's fine.
All right. You call if you need anything.
I need to ask, and I need you all to be honest with me. Have I just been made accomplice to something?
What? No.
I feel like maybe we should talk about that back at mine.
Yeah, no publicly incriminating statement. No, we're all just here at the hospital making sure our good friend Vincent is okay. And there are definitely not mandated reporters looking around. She very forcefully kind of like takes her arm around Maria's shoulder. Really, just keep it quiet. I'll explain more at her creepy ass cabin or whatever.
You shut your
are you
mouth.
coming
It's
to
nice.
the creepy ass cabin?
Well, yeah, I was going to make espresso.
Oh, well,
Really good.
Thank you. I can give people rides if you need them, but by the way, I'm Maria. Nice to meet you, Trinh, and she looks at Joe.
You can just call me Joe.
Joe, right. Pleasure to meet you.
Likewise. Now, before we get into any more trouble, why don't we make our way?
Probably a good idea, given that, well, the SAPD is not exactly the most efficient law enforcement agency on the face of the earth, but they will eventually show up in response to the report of a violent incident. Because somebody definitely saw that fireball outside of the Lucky Lotus.
So Joe is one of the boycott girls then?
Oh, God. You know, I've never taken her, but might be her vibe.
I see.
All right. So, as Trinity checks in on her brother, and the rest of you make various tracks, lest you have to talk to the police at a somewhat inconvenient